I'm Mike Wuellner, sales rep for Audio-Technica, and I'm here at Northern Sound and Light to discuss the M3 and M2 in-ear monitoring systems. What we have before us is the M3 system. This is a system that will operate in the 600 and 700 megahertz bandwidth. We have over 1,300 channels to choose from, and we can use up to 16 simultaneous systems. If we look at the back panel, we'll find two combo jacks for 1/4 inch or XLR input, each with attenuation. And we also have two loop-through outputs if you need to take those outputs to another device. Power, of course, removable antenna. On the front panel, we've got our touch menu, nice backlit LCD display, headphone jack, volume, and power. On the belt pack system, we have, of course, an 1/8 inch mini jack for stereo headphones, removable antenna, and again, a soft touch menu. Now, the nice thing about the M2 and the M3 is you can operate them in 3 different modes, which really makes it nice for the performer. You can operate it in stereo, where the performer gets a stereo feed from the console. You can also operate it in kind of a dual monaural mode, or what we call personal mix mode, where perhaps you have the band and then you have your instrument or your vocal, and you can mix between the two, so you can make your own personal mix. Or you can operate it in mono. And that's true with both the M2 and the M3. Now let's run through the menu for just a moment. To enter the menu, simply touch the mode set button. We have the ability to change our frequency here by simply pressing the mode button again and changing our frequency. Press the mode again to get back to the main menu. Now, the next item is group. The M3 has 6 groups that you can choose from. Each group has 16 frequencies that are preset by the factory that are known to be compatible. So this is probably the easiest way to set up your system. Once you select the group, then you would select the user within that group. And you just need to make sure that you don't have 2 users on the same user number within that group. Next down the menu, we have trim. You probably won't need this, but the factory sets the trim at 0. If you need to knock the trim down a little bit for a high output signal, you have the ability to do so. Next on the menu is RF power. We can knock the high RF power down a little bit if you're overmodulating to the performers. And then we have the ability to set up the send for stereo, left and right mix. And if you have it on left and right mix, then you're going to go into the personal mix setting, which allows you to mix 2 individual signals into the ears of the performer in a monaural fashion. The belt pack has a very similar menu function to the transmitter. Simply press set to enter the menu. We can change the frequency here. We can select the group. We can select the user within the group. We can also scan. Now, the scan mode is an important feature, and it makes setting up the M3s very, very easy. You put the first receiver into scan mode, and it'll basically frequency scan for the lowest open channels that are available. Once it finds the first lowest open channel, it'll devote the receiver to that frequency, and then you go to the transmitter and set it to the same frequency and turn it on. Then you go to your next receiver, scan it again. It's not going to pick the same frequency because it's going to see that first transmitter on that frequency, so it's going to find the next available frequency that's best for that group. You do that until all of your frequencies are selected, all your transmitters are on, all your receivers are on, they're matched, and you're good to go. It's a great way to set it up. Now, after the scan, we get to the limiter. The M3 has a 3-stage limiter with 3 settings to suit the performer's needs. And then squelch adjustment, and then mode. Now, mode is where the personal mix comes in. If we get into mode, we have stereo and we have mono. If you're going to do personal mix, you're going to want it in the stereo mode. Next, we have output. Now, you're in the stereo mode, you go into output, and you can set it for stereo, say a stereo feed of the mix from the console to your headphones, or you can go to left-right mix. Left-right mix is going to allow the engineer to send you the band in one channel and your instrument or your vocal in the other, and you're going to have the ability to mix between the two. So you get a personal mix right in your headset. So the M3 in-ear system from Audio-Technica is a great value. Over 1,300 frequencies, 16 simultaneous users, the personal mix feature, ambient mic input feature, all by a company that you can feel good about. The M2, in contrast, has 100 frequencies, has 10 simultaneous users. You're going to find the controls to be a little bit different because there's not quite the breadth of choices that you have in the M2, but it's still a great product at a very, very good price. You're in great hands with Northern Sound and Light. Thanks for watching.